Hello everyone, my name is Longley. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to focus about the monthly market update. This is a regular show happening on every Monday of every week, and in which I'm gonna talk about the real estate market update for the greater Phoenix area in Arizona. So this week we are going to look at some numbers that I just collected and want to report to you in terms of active listing. As of the beginning of May 2021, we have about 5,080 active listing. All the number doesn't mean anything if we don't compare with other number. So when we compare with the same time of last year, it is actually on about 14,000 active listing at that time last year, which is about 63% down, as you already know if you follow. Oops, I forget to turn this off. Sorry about that. Okay, as you already know, I kind of been pressing that we are in such a low market, such a low supply inventory right now. So and you already see that year by year, we already have 63% less active listing already. However, though, there's actually a good news, and I'm gonna go in more detail about this. If we compare months to months, we actually have an increase of 20%, 24% active listing within 30 days. So that's really good for the buyers, because now whoever remaining on the market, and why do I say remaining on the market, I'm gonna talk about that later as well. Whoever remaining on the market, you actually have more options to choose from right now. If that number, by the way, do not including the amount of houses, the amount of listing that already on the contract, do not include those. Okay, if we include the one that already have contract but willing to accept backup offer, the number is about 9,438 listing in total. That is actually also a down of 47% compared to the same time last year. However, though, the same situation, it is 8.5% up compared to last year. So last month, I'm sorry. So overall, you see that when you compare year from year, you still see the downtrend. However, you already see that if we compare month from month, we actually have a little bit increase. Why, you may ask? Normally, springtime is the time that most of the sellers are willing to sell their house onto the market, right? And maybe that could be the reason why. Could be one of the reasons why more people are willing to sell their house right now. The second reason is that some people are now more comfortable with the situation, and they want to cash out with so much, take advantage of the current market right now, and get the high price before it's too late, right? So those are the two things that I want to talk to you. Pending contract. Some of you may thinking, okay, let's talk about pending contract, because pending contract is actually the one that's showing whether the market, whether the buyer buying anything or not, right? If it is active listing and no one buy, it doesn't mean anything. So we already talked about active listing. We talked about pending listing. Now, the amount of pending listing at this time is about 7,829 listing. Compared to last year, is actually up 38%, 37.9%. If you compare to last month, is down 1.7%. So this is the opposite. This is the opposite compared to the other two numbers that I talk about, right? The year to year, we actually have an increase. For this time, more people want to buy. More people are actually able to buy a house at this time compared to the active listing of last year. But however, though, the month to month actually down 1.7%. You know why, you might ask? Okay, another time, because pricing has been increasing a lot in Arizona market. We could see an average of from 2 to 5% increase easily from the beginning of the year of 2021. That's the reason why maybe when the price is too much, when the pricing is going to be increasing until the point that some buyers may not be afford anymore, right? It cannot increase forever. It has to stop. And maybe this is the reaching point. We're going to talk about that as well. Why do I know about that? Maybe the pricing is too high that the buyer is so scared of buying real estate at this time, or they cannot afford anymore. Even with such a low interest rate, they cannot afford it. They cannot offer higher than asking anymore. So therefore they're less likely to buy, and for that reason less house on the market get into the pending at this time. All right, so those are the three numbers that I think I want to share with you in this market. It doesn't mean though the sale number is down, because the last number I want to share with you is the monthly sales. We're still selling about 10,172 houses per month. And compared to last year, it's only 7,000. So that's actually an increase of 41.8%. But again, another down of 2.2% when you compare to last month. Could be because of that reason as well. The pricing is too high, and for that reason, it's actually less. All right. The other piece of information that I want to share. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the thing is, if you're doing at home, there's a lot of noise at home as well. Well, we have to deal with what we have. So the next information that I share with you is a report from the company called Cromford Reports, Cromford Associates. This company has been tracking an index called Comfort Market Index. Okay, and we kind of see an interest point. Let me share with you the screen. Share with you the screen that I saw with them is that okay. So let's go to the market. If the internet works. Sometimes if we do live like this, it doesn't work as you expected. But this is basically showing how the market is moving. This is an indication of how the market is doing right now. It's kind of prediction as well. But again, no one knows the future. This is trying as much as possible, looking at all the numbers and including all the models to show what could happen in the meantime, what could happen to the market. As you see here, starting from 2020, these are the May and June of 2020 where the index dropped down significantly. If you follow me already, 100 points is around normal. If it is higher than 100 points, that is a seller market. And we have been seeing the increase of Comfort Market Index from that time, right, until March of 2021. We see that there's a decrease. We see that there's the decrease in the Comfort Market Index. Now, what does that mean to you? It could be, some people may interpret that as people don't want to buy the house anymore, and therefore the Comfort Market Index dropped down. Now, however, if you're looking at the demand side itself, as you see, again, this is from 2001, and this is to 2021. I mean, the demand, for the recent years, right, it's been around 100, this is getting back to normal. Yes, it's lower than January of 2021 or December of 2020, but it's been around the normal level. So this helps with, well, when I say help, that means helping for the buyers, that drawing the Comfort Market Index closer to 100. However, though, the supply side, if you're looking at the supply side, it's still trending downward. As you already see, the number of active listing and pending listing, those numbers are active listing, those numbers keep decreasing. We do see, however, for the last 2 weeks that the comfort market index actually increased. So that is the main reason why it's dropping down, and it's already saw. That's the good thing about this, is that it's already saw that signal back in March of 2021, and now we see that more transparent is that the contract, the pending listing, as well as the number of sales starts to slow down. So it's still high, but it starts to slow down. So which indicate that it's about 2 months behind. So the comfort market index already showed that signal, and then 2 months from that time, we see that we confirm it is the fact, right? However, the one thing I want to emphasize that even though it starts going down, it's gonna take really long time to get back to 100, as you see here. For some reason, last year's keep posting really high. Again, the lack of supply is the main reason, right? It's keep less and less supply on the market. Therefore, the market index keep getting higher. So to get this 473, get close to 20 gets close to 100, which you see here in 2005, right? When it's close to 100 and it's further go down, that's where the price drop. So you potentially gonna see the same situation. When I say potentially, meaning that only happen when a large amount of supply coming onto the market. Okay, if we don't have houses for sale, that to whatever the market, to whatever the product, right? If you don't have a lot of product on the market, that means the price has to be higher, right? So this only happen when there's a big U-turn of the supply. When there's a big U-turn of the supply, then the market index gonna drop down. So we keep monitoring this. Again, the lucky for us is that the comfort market index gonna be behaving prior to whatever the things happen, right? So if we and I'm gonna report to you every week as well. So if we start seeing that signal, you're gonna be the first to know. So that's good to know, right? So right now we don't see the crash on the market yet, but for that reason, because first of all, there's no supply on the market. Secondly, so let's look at this one real quick. This is the active listing count, and yes, you see here is still showing a trend downward, even though you see that a couple week at the end right here, we see an increase. However, overall, we still see a downtrending right now. So if we see something going up back, then you're gonna know right away. The other indication is that the days of inventory. You see here, the days of inventory, that means the house gets sold quickly within, according to this, 15 days on average for the entire Greater Phoenix area. So that means that there's no way that, so those are the three indications that the comfort market index, the active listing on the market, as well as the days of inventory, how long does it take for an active listing become sold? On average is 15 days. So if this number becomes slower, right, the more time, the longer the time that a house sitting on the market, the better chance that it's going to be sitting in the same area with other new coming onto the market that create more supply onto the market, right? When that bucket become bigger and bigger and bigger, that's causing the price to drop. But right now, we see whatever house coming onto the market is getting out very quickly within 15 days. So, and then we don't even have enough of supply. We don't even have enough of supply coming to this bucket. Therefore, like we have a really minimal amount of active listing come to the market, but whatever become available here going out quickly. So that's the reason why we don't have the bubble situation yet compared to 2004 and 2005. As you see here, we actually don't see that in this market, but that is a totally different situation back in 2004 and 2005. Even though there's a large amount of supply on the market, people still buy because they're thinking that it's gonna go increasing higher. So those are the only like investor and things like that, which causing the fake demand of the market at that time. But right now it is not a situation. People buying it and living it for themselves. Okay, so those are the let me turn this off. Those are the important information I want to share with you in this market update. My name is Long Lee. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.